The Just My Cup of Tea event has officially gone live, and I've got myself a nice cup of green tea here. And I'm hoping that this green tea is going to help with this Sinistea raid that I was just sent by Missy Gal. This is my first ever Sinistea. They are 1-star raids. And technically this event has been live for an hour, and I haven't seen a single Sinistea raid, and this is apparently one of the only ways to get it. They're not in field researches, but they are in the timed research, which I will show you later. But we got a 615, and I believe 650 is the hundo. So it's not the best, but it is our first ever Sinistea, so I'm always happy to see it, and there it is. It is a pure ghost-type Pokemon. So let's catch this thing. I am very surprised that we got it like this, that we didn't get it during the actual Halloween event. I really thought we were going to get this during the Halloween event, but it's just interesting that they just threw it out in an event like this. But now that we've caught this Sinistea, let's do it. Enter it into the dex. And I'm curious because apparently there's 2 forms for this. Oh, and it looks like Professor Willow's even going to talk here. Have you heard of the mysterious ghost-type Pokemon Sinistea? I heard it has more than 1 form. It seems that they make their homes in different types of teacups. Bet your team leader can appraise yours. See if you can catch another so we can learn more. So if we appraise this one, I believe this one might be a phony one, but this looks like a phony form Sinistea to me. This Sinistea was caught on blah 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 from New Zealand. Again, Missy Gal, thank you. And those are the IVs, so obviously you want something way better. But apparently a way to figure out if it's authentic, besides the team leader telling you, is that it takes 400 candies to evolve, according to what I have seen and read. But pretty cool to get our first ever one. I'm gonna favorite it so I don't accidentally transfer it, and it's absolutely tiny, which makes me wonder what a tiny version of this would look like. It'd probably be like this big. And we've also completed a collection challenge, and it looks like all we had to do was catch a Sinistea, and we get all these berries for it, so there we go. But here's that timed research I was mentioning. Just My Cup of Tea timed research, prize possession, 1 of 2. And what we have to do is complete 5 raids, and then at the very end, I believe, is where the Sinistea is. But we also have Dual Destiny, 1 of 10, catch 25 Pokemon, spend 10 Pokestops or gyms, and explore 3 whole kilometers. And when we finish that, we can move on to the next page, and I feel like this is going to be a research that goes on for the entire season, just how the Galar Calling is, which I would love to finish Galar Calling, but I want to wait until the next Shadow Leader so I can actually get something different besides Heatran. But yeah, we'll be working on all that very soon. But also, we have the brand new Genesect here. This is the Chill Drive Genesect, so it's not really different, except that it'll have the Ice-type Techno Blast. But this is the first time ever that it can be shiny, so of course I'm gonna remote this one with a whole bunch of the locals, and we'll see what happens. I want to get it quickly. I hope it's not another Regidrago situation, but now that I've said that, it probably will be. And as you can see, fire types completely melt the thing. Obviously, it is a steel and bug type, so fire types are the way to go with this thing. And this one is an 1873. You want 1916 for the non-weather boosted hundo, and I believe weather boosted is 2395. But now that we've done this raid, this will be my second one technically. Let's see if the first one on camera is red. No, it is not, unfortunately. Oh well, we'll see what happens. This is the last shiny Genesect I need to have every single form as it's shiny, so again, hopefully it doesn't take too long. Also, something cool about this Dual Destiny thing that I forgot to mention earlier. When you click on the top here where the Professor is, it actually brings up both Ree and the Professor. I think this is the first time they've ever done it where both of them are talking to you at the same time. It's not a big deal, but it's still pretty cool. We've got another Sinistea. This one's a 634. This one was also given to me by Tazstar, so thank you very much, Taz. So we're gonna catch it real quick, and we'll see if it turns out to be authentic. Hopefully it is. And this Sinistea is a phony one, unfortunately, but way better than our first one. Got another Genesect here. We just took it down like it was nothing. Like immediately as soon as it popped in, 20 people flooded the lobby. Let's see what we get in terms of IVs. This one is gonna be an 1846, so it's not amazing. From what I heard, you do actually want to get a hundo of this thing, because with the Chill Drive and everything, having the Ice Techno Blast, it actually makes it very useful in Master League, so might be worth going for, but unfortunately no shiny for us here. This Genesect was super far away, so I had to remote it, but it's a 1856, I think is what I saw. But are you red? It'd be cool to see it, because I really like this shiny, but nope, not it. This is only our 3rd or 4th one, so obviously we're still under odds at this moment. And now page 1 of 2 is done. Let's see what we get after we claim the dust, of course. I'm gonna go with the top one first, work our way down. Number 1 is a Spritzy, which apparently might be shiny boosted, but maybe only from incenses right now. I know the Spritzy is one of the few incense Pokemon that are supposed to be coming off the incense that have a boosted shiny rate to them, but I believe that there's also things like Miltank and Combi. There's a few of them. So let's see what number 2 is. Oh, Morlul, and this one is also a boosted dust Pokemon, so if you need dust, this is something to catch, even though they can sometimes be a bit of a pain like that. Thankfully, this is a research one, so it can't get away, but you know. And last but not least, before we get our final rewards, is Graveyard for 12. Fun to get it. I like Graveyard a lot, plus I still want to get this hundo, so maybe we'll get lucky, though I know this isn't the hundo CV. Just Just for fun though, let's take a look. 412, yeah, definitely not. And for the final rewards, we get 2,500 dust, we get 3,000 XP, and this should be a Sinistea, so there it is, and it is a 481. I have no idea if this is a good Sinistea or not. I really don't, so let's just catch it. I should have looked up what the hundo was, but honestly, like, we don't have any more encounters with this, minus I think the second page of this timed research we do, but there are no field researches for these, which is really unfortunate. But this one is gonna be a phony one, but not bad. 15, 12, 15, I'll take that. Let's favor that one. And for page 2 of 2, you only have to win 3 raids, so you at least don't have to do 10 of them, but you do have to do 8 of them. And I just realized that this is timed, so yeah, like, you're gonna have to buy raids in order to finish this, I think. And I still need to walk 3 kilometers in order to finish page 1 of this. But first, I really want to get some food. And the place I'm planning on going is a place I've been to a few times now, but I really haven't recorded much. They have these really interesting fish dishes that I've been enjoying, but they also have a pork and a chicken one, and I really want to try them, so let's go. Well, that place was absolutely delicious. I've been there a few times now just to try new things. I had a fish called a soba fish, which was interesting, and then I also had their form of salmon here. Both were fantastic, but of course I chose the chicken this time. But those skewers you saw, those were all different kinds of fish. And I liked every one of them, except for the really fishy one, funnily enough. And I might go back to try a different fish at some point, but anyways, let's go back to Pokemon Go. I am fighting a Genesect right now, and obviously we are destroying this thing. Unfortunately, the raids aren't popping as much as they did during the max out finale, but we're still seeing them, which is nice. And again, we're in the Tokyo area, so we're definitely going to be bringing these down relatively quickly. And I also did 2 more raids, so this is the last raid I need to do to be done with page 2 of 2 of the timed research, but this is an 1861, not the hundo. But obviously, I would much rather have that shiny. So here it comes. Bang. Nope, not it. Dang, I was really hoping that would be the one. Oh well, not a big deal. We got plenty of time, and I believe this Genesect is around for a while. And if we don't get it in Japan, we'll probably get it in another spicy location in the future, but hopefully we'll get this in Japan. And here's our first in-person Sinistea next to a very busy road. And just like that, we took it down. I mean, it is a 1-star, so the odds of us not taking it down were pretty low. But we got ourselves a 628, so obviously it's not the hundo, but it would be cool if it was tiny or huge, which it isn't. So maybe it's authentic. We can only find out by catching it, so let's do it. In the main series games, though, the way to figure it out was that there was like a stamp on the bottom of the cup that would actually say if it was authentic or not. So yeah, there's no way to do that in Go, so they decided to just basically show you with these guys. This one is also a phony. These are all the Pokemon that come off of the incense, apparently, and they're also shiny boosted, which is pretty cool. So if you need any of these shinies, go for it. I'm gonna pop an incense just to see what happens for fun, you know? Maybe we'll get lucky and get a shiny, but if not, I don't think I'm gonna be doing too many of these incenses, because I don't overly need that many of these shinies, but you never know. And now page 1 of 10 is done. We walked the kilometers, so let's see what we get as an encounter. This one is a Snorlax. That's kind of cool. 1369 is good, but I think you want to be in like the 80s. That Snorlax was a little harder to catch than I thought it would be, but now we're going to get some Stardust and XP. And for page 2 of 10, we have to catch 50 Pokemon, collect 500 max particles, and win a max battle. Found another Genesect. Luckily, people wanted to do it, and this one is an 1869. Nice. But is it nice enough to be shiny? That would be pretty darn cool. Nope, not it. Another Genesect down. I completely missed the CP, also because the sun is directly in my eyes here. But we are at a Wayno station, so maybe that'll give us some luck. Nope, apparently not, and it's an 1867. Page 2 of 10 is now done. Let's get the lore, let's get the dust, and let's get the rare candies. And by rare candies, I mean just one of them. And for the final rewards, we get 2,500 dust, we get ourselves the same amount of XP, and now we gotta come back later to finish page 3 of 10. Alrighty. The game crashed, unfortunately, but as you can see, our new loading screen is awesome. We've got Corviknight in here, Rookidee. There's also a costume Dedenne, which we've seen in the Pokemon Center store, so we'll probably be getting our hands on that during the holiday event. Probably part 2 if I had to make a guess, but we'll see. There's also Snorlax and Furfrou, and I think that's a Bidoof down there. I'm not 100% sure, but it's pretty interesting. Now, if only the game will load. We've got some of the brand new 7-kilometer eggs here, so we'll see what we get. Oh, Basculin. Apparently, those can be shiny now. I don't 100% know if that's true or not, but that's what I think I saw. And if they can be shiny, that's actually pretty exciting, especially ahead of Unnovator. But apparently, there are also going to be routes on Unnovator, so I have a feeling they're going to be decently common. But man, they're also very common in these eggs. Let's see what this one is. Another Voltorb. I know that Galarian Corsola is still in these things, but I'm sure it's like one of the hardest things to hatch. So let's see though. Oh, we got a Hisuian Pufferfish. Yep, not a single one of these wanted to be a shiny, but that's a Walmart hundo. Let's keep going and see if we actually got a hundo in general, but we didn't. This Sinistea is a 639, so it's the best one we've seen yet, but he's not big or small, he's just in the middle. Let's catch this thing real quick. Hopefully it's authentic. I'm going to say, I feel like these are going to to be like a 1 in 100 odd of being authentic. Just like how Mousehold has that 1 in 100 odd of getting the 3-farm family, but it's still phony for me. Yeah, I really feel like it's gonna be a bit of a grind. Well, unfortunately, guys, I have some bad news. You see, the SIM card that I had for this entire trip, which was just the best SIM card ever, unfortunately did expire just a couple days before I left. And so I got a brand new one, but unfortunately, its service isn't nearly as good. So you can only do about 2 gigabytes a day, and then once that's gone, like, you get throttled really hard. As you can see, I am in the game right now, and I am able to play and stuff like that, but the big problem is that I can't actually get into the game unless I connect to a Wi-Fi spot. So I've been going into Starbucks, all sorts of places. Yodobashi Camera has free Wi-Fi, because once I get in there and I connect to the Wi-Fi, I can get into the game, and then once I'm in the game, I can disconnect from the Wi-Fi and keep walking around. But it sucks, because if the game ever crashes, I have to find a free Wi-Fi spot just for me to be able to play. And on the upside, tomorrow I do get 2 more gigabytes and stuff like that. Like, it's 2 gigabytes a day, even though they say it's unlimited. So once tomorrow hits, I'm just gonna have to put this thing on basically airplane mode and put it on Wi-Fi, so I won't be using any data or anything like that. So tomorrow I should be good, but yeah, it was just an unfortunate discovery today. But as you can see, we do have ourselves 2 Genesect raids that are gonna be popping in somewhat sooner, so I'm gonna do those, and then I think I'm gonna just chill for a little bit until it's time for the spotlight hour. Something to point out though is if I try to go to my friends list to get more of those 7-kilometer eggs, it will not load. That's just how bad the service is. But weirdly enough, it's fine with raids and it's fine with like Pokemon encounters. So if I want to get more eggs, I have to wait until I get to a Wi-Fi center, but at least on the upside, it's not like they're the most exciting event eggs we've ever seen. They're just slightly okay, I guess. Here's one of those Genesects. Is it the red one? Nope, it is not. And 1864, we keep getting the 60s yet again. Another Sinistea. What is this one? 631. Is it huge or tiny? No, it's just normal, but hopefully it's authentic. It is really sad that we can't hunt this thing in researches, though. I really thought they were going to be in researches. I could swear I read that, but I guess I read wrong. But anyways, we did catch this one, and it takes 50 candy, so I'm going to assume it's phony. Yeah, it's a phony one. And here's that other Genesect, and it turns out there's another one that's going to be here in about like 45-ish minutes, so I might just stay here to do it. Here's a coffee shop nearby, which means if I crash, Wi-Fi should be available, which is unfortunate that I have to think about that right now, but hopefully tomorrow we can figure it out better, but that's not a shiny. Definitely need to make sure that the data is saved correctly tomorrow because I really want to do raid hour if I don't get the shiny today. And the Genesect is finally in, and it's an 1885, not bad. We also have another one that's going to hatch in like 2 minutes, so I'm going to head my way over to that one just in case this one doesn't turn out to be shiny. But at least they're popping decently, you know? It's great to see it, but if only we could see it in red. What's this Genesect? Yeah, it's definitely not in the 1900s. I think I saw like 52, but this one also isn't it, unfortunately. Another Sinistea here, but this one's a 645. 5 off the hundo, which is cool, but unfortunately not big or small. Definitely want to get as many silvers on this as possible so I can get as much candies for it. And hopefully we will get lucky and get that authentic one at some point. But again, if it's 1 in 100, it's gonna be a lot of these. And to be honest with you, I don't know how many of these raids I really want to do. But for fun, it is phony still, but a 96%. Another Genesect. Let's see what happens. What do we got? Ooh, 1891, that's not bad. Please be red. That'd be so cool, but unfortunately not cool enough to be red. And now it's hit 6 p.m., so let's use Spatial Ren for a whole hour, and then we're gonna catch as many Sableyes as possible. I've already popped a few star pieces just to make sure I get extra dust, but you get extra dust for every Sableye you catch, and look at all of them here. Plus, they are boosted shinies, which is pretty cool. Only downside is Sableye is a pain to catch sometimes. Let's see what happens with this one. Well, okay, so this one's not really acting up, but sometimes you'll run into a Sableye that just will not stop attacking. But we did catch this one, thankfully, on the first go. I just want to show you how much dust you're gonna get per catch. You get 2,250. Pretty darn ridiculous. Plus, it's still pretty decent in PvP, and it has a Mega, so I highly suggest you just go for them as much as you can, and I'm gonna try to catch as many as possible. Progress has been really good so far. As you can see, we've had a lot of spawns, and we've been catching almost every one of them. Oh, admittedly, no shinies yet. I don't think that they're perma-boosted. I think they're like 1 in 125, but we have been catching a lot of them, and we've been getting a lot of dust. I know I started at like 2,300,000 something, so we'll see what we're at by the end of it, but since we caught this one, we'll get a little update. We're 25 minutes in, by the way. We are at 2,662,330. Not bad. And at 27 minutes, the lore brought in one, but it's a big one, unfortunately, so it might take a little bit to catch it. Still really cool, though. Hopefully it's a good one, because I know this thing's pretty decent in PvP, but also, it's just a beautiful shiny, and it has a Mega, so I wouldn't mind having a really good one. Well, let's see what the lore brought in for us. Our first shiny of the day, even, is, wow, a 3-star. Nice. Quick pause on the spotlight hour for this Genesect right here, 1863. Not exactly the best, but as I've mentioned multiple times, I more care about the shiny in this instance. We didn't get it here. And there's another another one, but this one isn't from a lure. This one's just been here, so cool to get 2 of them. Let's catch them, and we're also 54 minutes in, so we only got 6 minutes left, but we've had a lot of catches, which is good. Unfortunately, again, my connection's a little iffy because of the whole throttling thing, so sometimes they pop back in even though they're gone. It's a little weird, but as you can see, we're almost at 3 million, and this one's more of a PvP Sableye. Let's do that last 6 minutes. Brought down another Sinistea here. Let's see if it's authentic. It's not good though, it's a 615. But again, let's get as much candies as possible. An easy catch, obviously, but let's see what happens. This is like 50 candy, so I'm going to assume, yeah, it's phony. And you know, I completely forgot to show you where we were with dust. We're at 3,050,605. So I'm happy we cracked back over to 3 million. I did a million dust trade a little bit ago because a friend really wanted a shiny Carnivine, so I ended up giving it to him, even though we don't have really good friendship in the game, so of course it cost a bit. And what I wanted to do was pop the daily incense and have it going for a while, but because of the whole throttling thing, I lost it. But I can show you some cool stuff we got yesterday. We've got a Galarian Articuno here. Oh, come on. Still no shiny for me, but at least it's a Galarian bird. Man, I was really hoping that one would be a shiny. It's such a beautiful shiny, too. And hopefully it'll come down so we can actually catch the thing, but it looks like it's just gonna attack a bit. Please come down so I can hit you. Thank you. What a kind bird. And great curveball throw. That's all right. With an Ultra Ball, isn't bad. 1, 2. Oh, man, I really thought I was gonna catch this. Do I get another chance? Nope, it's gone forever. And a Galarian Moltres now. Man, I would love to see a shiny bird, but at least we're seeing them. Let's try to hit this thing. Oh, I did hit it. That's surprising. Usually it's good to put you guys down for these, but 1, 2. Yeah, another 2 shaker. You running away too? Yep, there he goes forever. Well, here's hoping the next one turns out to be shiny, but at least we got to see 2 on this incense. That's great. Welcome back. Hey, look at Genesect. I completely missed whatever it is, but we're definitely not gonna miss if it's red or not, so let's see what happens with this one. No, and it is 1870. It's all right. On another one. There's one more after this one that I think I can do, but yeah, we'll see what happens. 1863, you know, still in the 60s, not red. And here's a third Genesect. This might be the last one, and it's bad, 1847, but maybe, just maybe, that means it's the one. It's not the one. And here's the last one of the day for sure, 1855, not exactly the best. But it is a shiny one right here. No, it's not. All right. You know, I completely forgot that page 2 of 2 has been done forever now, so let's end the day on this. Maybe we'll get lucky with something spicy, but that's another Spritzy. Does that mean this is another Morlul? Let's see. It is. All right, so it looks like we're getting the same thing twice, which means you're definitely a Graveyard. Cool. And the final rewards are 4,000 dust. We get ourselves 5,000 XP, and this will be another Sinistea. This one is a 474. All right, so this one's worse than the other one. Let's silver it, and let's catch it, and hope it costs 400 candies to evolve. And it easily goes down with a single Pokeball. What do we got, Sinistea? You are... No, you're a phony one, I can tell already. Yep, it's phony. It'd be cool to get an authentic one, and if you manage to get one, you definitely let me know in those comments down below, because I want to be jealous. I bet you anything, it's about the same odds as the Mousehold 3 family form, which means getting the shiny of this is going to be really, really rough. And I think I'm going to hold off for now. I'm not going to evolve into Poltegeist yet, because I want to get an authentic Dex entry. Not that you would even be able to tell, but I just want to do it for me. So smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video, and again, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this event? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you excited for Sinistea and Poltegeist? Or even the Chill Drive Genesect? Please let me know in those comments down below. And if you're really enjoying the content and you want to see even more of it, I highly suggest this video right down here. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.